Alright, the moment that I saw Uzoi, that harpy chick, and I heard her voice and the voice actress, I knew instantly that I liked this chick. At first, no pun intended for I like this chick since she's a harpy, but whatever. Hey, what is going on, guys? Ali here, back again with another video for you guys today for Somali and the Forest Spirit, episode 5, I believe. I believe it's episode 5 because there's episode 0, so it's like 0, 1, 2, so there's like 6 episodes, whatever. Episode 5, and I gotta say, this one was really fun because, like, again, what I said in the beginning was that, like, this girl, I instantly like this girl because of not only, like, her aesthetic of what she looks like, a harpy girl, a bird girl, but also the voice actress. And if you guys don't know, the voice actress of this girl also does the voice of Shinobu from Demon Slayer, and all my friends know that Shinobu is my favorite girl of that entire series. Best girl for me personally of that series. But like, again, like, she voices that character, Shinobu from Demon Slayer, and she also voices the main heroine from Yamada and the Seven Witches, which is like one of my favorite romance, like, rom-coms, like, ever. It's like rom-com, supernatural, and it's really cool. It's really awesome and stuff. So, like, I knew from the moment that I saw the character that I was somewhat going to like her, but then when she actually talked, I was like, Cause this voice actress, I love this voice actress so much. What she does with, like, her voice, it's so sultry and subtle and very light and stuff, and it feels very warm to hear her voice. So to see her also voicing a character in Somali and the Forest Spirit is awesome. I loved it. And I loved the interactions that this new girl, Uzoi, is having with Somali. It's like the cutest thing. First, you see them in the restaurant, and she's nagging that, like, that there's one, like, serving of this corn ice cream, whatever, that they have from this other city that Somali and the Golem go to. The harpy girl's like, I'd like to have one too. Well, first Somali's like, I'd like to have one of those ice creams, and then she says, like, in the corner, she's like, I'd like to have one too. But then they both said that there's only one serving left. So then Somali's like, I want it. Like, the whole interaction with those two is like the cutest thing. Like, seriously, it's so adorable, and I loved it. And something else that I really liked about the episode was that Somali and the Golem, in that the Golem is really thinking and really watching over, like, literally, like, watching over and genuinely really thinking about, like, okay, how does Somali feel right now? What's going on with her? Like, I gotta learn to be more perceptive of, like, Somali and such, if, like, she's warm or if she's too hot or something. Like, he gets a blanket for her and covers her and everything, and, like, he's really coming into actually being a person, which is very cool, and I love it a lot, and I hope it continues on till the end, because I feel like he's not going to die, but that he's, I want to say, shedding his skin. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because of everything that, like, he's learning for her and such, and the emotions that he's getting from her and everything and such, and it was really cool. And it turns out also Uzoi knows that Somali is a human because of her, somewhat of her guardian. I believe his name is Hirano or something like that, Hirona or something like that. But anyways, he has like a bird, like, head, technically it's a mask, because it turns out that he's a human. What? Because, like, Uzoi knew that Somali was a human because, like, she smelled like him, and it turns out, like, this is something that creeps me out about Somali and the Forest Spirit, about this whole show, is that, like, that wolf guy from last episode, or the last 2 episodes, that guardian dude, Kikila's master, which in the beginning of this episode was so cute, like, Kikila, like, the actual crying, that was some good voice acting, but Kikila's master, like, you know, those things that are coming out from the bottom of his eyes, like, freaked me out. And then now we see this human who's seems like he's dying, and his right eye has feathers just puffing out of it, like he doesn't have an eye anymore, it like makes me cringe to the utmost. I'm like, oh my, that it's like so gross. I'm getting chills and goosebumps just thinking about it. Like, it freaks me the hell out. But it turns out he has some terminal illness or something, and that's why Uzoi is traveling with him so they can cure his illness. And Uzoi thinks that, like, since she sees Somali as a human and stuff, maybe she can take her blood or, like, kill her, which she was gonna do at the end of this episode. Like, bro, like, she was crazy, but she thinks that, like, something about that blood can cure his illness. But I think I think she's not, like, advanced in medicine to think that something else could help besides taking blood from another human, and possibly maybe that, like, somewhat working for her guardian. But also I'm thinking that, like, why don't you just, like, extract some blood instead of just killing Somali, you know? Anyways, like, at the end of the episode, like, Uzoi tries to kill Somali, and then the golem finds out that guy is a human, and he didn't want Uzoi to do this, to go and kill her in this cave that they're at, which, like, Uzoi and Somali are, like, so connecting with everything. Like, Somali's constantly talking to Uzoi about, like, being so curious, just asking her so many questions and such. And Uzoi seems like she's getting annoyed, but also it seems like she kind of likes talking to her also. And you see that Uzoi's trying not to really, like, super interact with Somali because she doesn't want to get extremely attached to her, because she feels like she needs to kill her and take her blood or something to help her guardian over there. And it's escalating a little bit in this episode at the ending and such. And just to see again Somali and Uzoi interacting and stuff, like Somali talking about, like, why are these wheels like this and stuff, and Uzoi talking about, like, because so we don't get into a sand pit and everything, talking to her so much about it. And then Somali's like, ooh, like, while they're in the wagon, it was so cute and such. So they're all traveling together in a wagon, seeing Somali being all like, oh my gosh, it's not even hot in here, it's like, it's such nice wind. And then Uzoi's talking about how they made the wagon and stuff, and then she's like, oh man, this is awesome. And then Somali's saying to, like, her guardian, saying, like, oh, he's so cool. And then Uzoi's like, oh yeah, of course he's cool, he's awesome, he's the best. And then Somali's like, but my dad's the best, he's cool too. And, like, it was so cute. Like, they're both arguing like they're, like, best friends already, or like they're siblings. It was, like, just the cutest thing. And this episode was just all around cuteness about Uzoi and Somali just, like, talking to each other and such, and just arguing with each other, but also, like, being happy with each other and stuff. It seemed so cute that it looked like they were both friends, or they were both actual siblings and such. And it was so cute and everything. And Uzoi then talks about, while they were in the cave, talks about how, I keep forgetting his name, but I'll remember it later, but keep talking about him, that he got, like, that he knew her mom, and that, like, she died of an illness or something, so he took after Uzoi, he looked after her and such. And, like, she's saying that, like, I owe everything to this man and such. And you know, and then Somali's like, then you love him, don't you? Like, you love him, like, just how I love my dad. And then Uzoi's talking about, like, why would you and a golem be walking around and such, and what's your relationship and such? And she's like, he's my dad, and I love him and such. He does everything for me, and I love him just as you love your guardian, which was really cute and everything. Again, you see Uzoi not wanting to talk more with Somali because she's starting to feel like a connection, like a similarity between each other, even though she's a harpy and Somali's human and stuff. Their love for their said guardians, whatever, are pretty much the same. And Uzoi doesn't want to continue that feeling because it would be even harder for her to possibly have to kill Somali. And it seems at the end that she's going to, but then the human tells the golem that, like, you need to stop Uzoi. I don't want this way. I don't want to survive, or possibly survive, or something like this way. Or that, like, Uzoi doesn't know about medicines and such, like doctors and things like that. And she thinks that this is one of the only ways that she can save me and everything. So it's getting really intense. The golem knows what's going on, so he's gonna go search for Somali, and so is the other human. They're both gonna go search for them, and I obviously, like, I don't think Somali's gonna die or anything, but it's gonna be a very emotional episode. I can feel it next episode. I can feel it, and I think I'm ready for it, but who knows? If I say I'm ready for it and then I'm not ready for it, then I'm not ready for it, you know? Anyways, that was the episode. Very cute, very awesome introduction of this new harpy chick and her human companion, and just like Somali and Uzoi's like interactions are like the cutest thing. They seem like Uzoi seems like she's a few years older than Somali, but then at the same time they're at like the same level of like stubbornness or whatever, and just having that like snarky attitude. Not snarky, but like that curious attitude, or yeah, just like kind of like a snarky attitude together, which is like the cutest thing. It makes them like on the exact same level, and I loved it. It was just great. It was cute and everything. And then seeing Gollum like interact even more with Somali, with like his emotions and his thoughtfulness was awesome this episode. Next level type of stuff that he was able to do this episode, and it was all around a very fun episode. So what do you guys think about this episode? Leave down in the comments your thoughts about this episode, your thoughts about what I said and everything, your thoughts about like your thoughts about my video and stuff. Like this video if you did, like the video if you liked anything I had to say, like the video if you liked the episode also, and subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, and theory discussion videos and things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, but most importantly, everybody, you gotta stay a little nasty, alright? So peace and love, and I will see y'all later in the next video. Peace out, may the force be with you always, and plus ultra and latum.